Chapter 1171 opens with a violent rupture that shakes the world itself. The very instant Harold's life is extinguished, the deep-sea pact that had bound Harold and Im together snaps apart, as if an invisible thread has been severed. The contract does not merely fade, it vanishes completely. Its collapse sends shockwaves rippling across the world, reaching the deepest, most restricted chambers of the Holy Land Marijois. Moments after Harold's death, Im is suddenly struck by unbearable pain. A sharp, crushing agony grips their chest. Im clutches at it and collapses to the floor, knees slamming down as they gasp for breath. Their throat trembles with each strained exhale, as though some unseen force is tearing their very soul apart from within. The room falls into suffocating silence. In a hoarse, broken whisper, Im mutters, "So this is the power of D." Their body trembles with fear, not ordinary fear, but a deep instinctive terror. Im has sensed it clearly now. The dreadful power tied to the one who struck down Harold. The cursed will carried by the name of D. That power is no longer theoretical. It is real, and it is moving. Not long after, one of the 5 elders steps forward and kneels before Im. With his head bowed deeply, Gorosei reports in a grave tone, "Im-sama, the situation in Elbaf is spiraling out of control. The king has fallen, and chaos is spreading across the land. If this is left unattended, it will surely ignite an even greater crisis." He pauses, then continues carefully. "To eliminate Loki, I propose dispatching another God's Knight to Elbaf." Im's answer comes instantly, cold and absolute. That will not happen. The suggestion is rejected without hesitation. We cannot afford to lose any more God's Knights. Every single death among them demands a price far too great. I will not pay it again. Im's gaze sharpens, filled with icy resolve. The world's government will never again join hands with Elbaf. That land harbors the power of D. As long as that curse exists there, Elbaf remains untouchable. The scene shifts back to the present. Before the assembled crowd, Toki stands tall and calm. With unwavering composure, he finishes recounting everything. The chain of events that led to King Harold's death, and the truth he himself has carried on his shoulders all these years. When his story ends, the air is heavy with silence. Hiruden clenches his teeth, his lips trembling as tears quietly stream down his face. Unable to hold back any longer, he bows his head deeply toward Loki and speaks in a shaking voice. "I'm sorry, Loki. I doubted you. I turned away from the truth." Stepping forward, Hiruden reaches to his waist and pulls out a key. With deliberate resolve, he inserts it into the lock of the chains that have bound Loki for countless years. A heavy metallic clank echoes through the area. One chain falls, then another. One by one, the restraints collapse to the floor. Freed at last, Loki slowly straightens his back and rises to his full height. The crushing weight he has borne for so many years vanishes completely in that single moment. Hiruden's expression hardens as he scans the surroundings and shouts, "There's no time to waste! Elbaf is still in danger as we speak! Everyone, we're heading back to Yggdrasil immediately!" Having grasped the situation, Hiruden, Loki, and the Straw Hats move together toward the massive cable car that leads back to Yggdrasil. But Luffy suddenly turns and shouts toward Gaban, who is badly wounded. "You stay here! You're in no condition to fight!" Gaban grits his teeth and yells back with all the strength he has left. "I'm going too! My son Colin is in danger! I swear I'll save him!" Luffy hesitates for only a split second before making his decision. He turns and shouts toward Sanji, who is already on the cable car. "Sanji, come back! Carry Gaban with you!" Without question, Sanji leaps into action, hoisting Gaban onto his back and helping him aboard. The group prepares to depart, their resolve set on saving Elbaf. That is when it happens. From high above the roots of the Atom Tree, an enormous shadow plummets toward the ground. In the next instant, a grotesque monster made entirely of bones, a Draugr, slams into the earth near Loki, shattering the ground on impact. Its skeletal frame creaks and groans as it slowly rises, hollow eye sockets locking onto Loki. With a monstrous roar, it charges. Loki does not retreat even a single step. He swings his massive hammer with overwhelming force. The blow lands with a thunderous crash, launching the skeletal monster far into the distance. Hiruden shouts urgently, "Loki, hurry! Get on the cable car!" But Loki, his back still turned, calmly shakes his head. "No, Hiruden, you all go ahead." He plants his foot firmly into the ground and continues in a low, steady voice. "I can fly. This height is nothing to me. I'll finish this Draugr, then head to Yggdrasil on my own." Luffy's eyes bulge, his jaw dropping wide. "What? Loki, you can fly?" He whips around toward Hiruden with a huge grin. You go on ahead! I'll ride on Loki's back and catch up later! Hiruden meets Loki's gaze for a brief moment, then nods firmly. Without another word, he boards the cable car with Sanji and Gaban and heads back toward Yggdrasil. Left behind are only Loki and Luffy. Luffy strolls closer, then sits down on the ground at a safe distance, crossing his arms like a spectator at a show. Loki turns back, scowling. Hey, Straw Hat, why are you still here? Get back to Yggdrasil! Luffy laughs as if it's the most obvious thing in the world. Nope, I'm waiting for you. We're going together, and then we're saving Elbaf. Loki is momentarily speechless. At that exact moment, the Draugr rises again. Bones scattered across the battlefield begin to rattle and clatter, drawn together by some eerie force. They reassemble, forming a body far larger than before. With each step, the ground cracks as the monstrous skeleton charges once more. Loki slams his hammer down again, obliterating the creature in a deafening blast. Bones fly high into the air, but almost immediately, they begin to gather once more, reassembling as if nothing happened. So it regenerates no matter how many times I break it? Loki mutters, grinding his teeth. This could go on forever. He exhales slowly, his grip tightening as resolve fills his eyes. Then I'll end it properly. Loki turns and shouts to Luffy. Straw Hat, if you don't want to freeze to death, climb a tree, now! Luffy's eyes sparkle with excitement. Oh, got it! In an instant, Luffy leaps onto a nearby giant tree, perching on a branch and leaning forward eagerly. Loki raises his hammer high. The air temperature plummets. His breath turns white as frost spreads outward. With a thunderous roar, he slams the hammer into the ground. An unimaginable wave of freezing energy erupts. The earth instantly freezes over, rocks turning white as sound itself seems to die. A tsunami of ice surges across the battlefield, swallowing everything in sight. The temperature drops to an absolute extreme, transforming the land into a silent world of deathly frost. The Draugr has no chance. It freezes solid where it stands, locked in place forever. From the tree, Luffy stares in awe. That's amazing! Loki slowly looks up at him. Get ready, Straw Hat. There's no reason to stay here anymore. Frost and another unseen power rise from Loki's back as he speaks with calm determination. I'll carry us through the sky to Yggdrasil. His eyes burn with purpose. We're going to save Elbaf.